salutations to all Adhyatmika sadhakas. In Adhyatmika Jivanam, in the sadhana, what are required is one, the concentration of the mind, the purity in the mind, the subtlety in the mind, the devotion in the mind, and with that, knowing the Lord as Saguna Sakara, supporting, sustaining entire universe, and Bhagavan as Nirguna Nirakara Parabrahma. These classes of ours are for that reason only. Whether when we are off the class, we are able to do these things or not, but then in the class, we can practice all those. We can develop our concentration if we concentratedly listen. We can develop our subtlety if we keenly observe the subject which is taught to us. We can develop purity also by learning from the characters therein. And the theme being the divine, definitely our antakarana becomes divine. So too, we are seeing Bhagavan's Leelas. Each Leela should make us understand Bhagavan's divine Shakti with which he is running the show of the whole universe. This thing should become so serious, sincere in us. Just like now, without I in the ego, I don't consider anything that's happening in my life. My practice of seeing Bhagavan's Leela in everything should become to such a deep extent level that without Bhagavan's presence, without Bhagavan's contribution, nothing in the world is happening. To that level of firm, doubtless conviction we can reach. So too, in and through wherever the occasion opportunity coming, the Bhagavan or any of the rishis, gurus are also teaching the Tattva Jnana, the Brahma Jnana, the Nirguna Paramatma Swarupa also. Sometimes the Swarupa Lakshana, sometimes the Tatastha. So in this way, these classes of ours, morning, afternoon, evening, themselves are a great sadhana if we know it and do it. Let us try today to 12th Skandha we will study and see. In this, we will see the Atharva Veda and Purana Vyapti Purana Lakshanas. In the 10th Skandha, we will see Krishna Rukmi Yuddham. Thereafter, Balarama Kruta Upadesham to Rukmini. In Adhyatma Ramayanam, we will see Hanuman entering Lanka, then Ravana coming and talking to Sitaji. These are the things are our opportunities we are giving to ourselves to develop all these said six things: concentration, subtlety, purity, devotion, knowledge about Lord's Saguna Sakara Ishwaratva Adi, knowledge about Bhagavan's Nirguna Parabrahma, and that Bhagavan Nirguna Parabrahma being everything everywhere, same is my own essential self also. Then we, through that Ashtottara Chatanamavali, do our salutations to again Bhagavan or Bhagavati, whichever is there today. Let us start. Om. 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 Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhetamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sachidanandarupaya Vishvotpatyadihetave Tapatraya Vinashaya Sri Krishnaya Vayan Namaha. जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्च अर्थेष्वभिज्ञस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदाय आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं। समस्त देवताभ्यो नमः, ऋषिभ्यो नमः, मुनिभ्यो नमः, गुरुभ्यो नमः, ब्राह्मणेभ्यो नमः, आचार्येभ्यो नमः, भक्तेभ्यो नमः, साधुभ्यो नमः, साधकेभ्यो नमः, तीर्थेभ्यो नमः, क्षेत्रेभ्यो नमः, नदीनदेभ्यो नमः, शास्त्रेभ्यो नमो नमः। परब्रह्मणे नमः, महाविष्णवे नमः, ब्रह्मणे नमः, सनकादिमुनिभ्यो नमः, नारदाय नमः, वेदव्यासाय नमः, शुकब्रह्मर्षिये नमः, सूतमहामुनये नमः, शौनकादिऋषिभ्यो, वैशम्पायनादिऋषिभ्यो, अत्र्यादिऋषिभ्यो, प्रह्लादादिभक्तजनेभ्यो, आदित्यादिनवग्रहदेवताभ्यो, श्री दक्षिणामूर्ति दत्तात्रेयग्रीवादि गुरुभ्यो नमः, आदिपराशक्तिमात्रे नमः, मातापितृदेवताभ्यो नमः, आद्य शङ्कराचार्यवर्यादि गुरुभ्यो नमः, अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। सङ्कल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां गुरूणां ऋषीणां मुनीनां देवतानां श्रुतिमादौ परब्रह्मणः अनुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्तब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधस्य अस्मिन् क्षणे एव अनुभवसिद्ध्यर्थं पुराणेतिहासोक्तभगवद्भागवत दर्शनानुग्रहानुभवप्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिकसंस्कृतेः हैन्दवसंस्कृतेः साम्प्रदायाणां च समस्तगुरुशिष्यपरम्परायाः समस्तदेवतापरम्परायाः समस्तशास्त्रज्ञानयुक्त साधनानां योगानां युक्त पुनरुत्थान पुनर्जागरण समस्त विश्वव्याप्तिद्वारा विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगति द्वारा विश्वशांति विश्वकल्याण विश्व एकता प्राप्त्यर्थं ये ये भक्ताः साधकाः धर्म संस्थापकाः अस्मिन् कर्मणि कृतनिश्चयाः सन्तः तेषां सर्वेषां गुरूणां देवतानाम् अनुग्रहेण बाह्याभ्यन्तरशत्रुविघ्ननिर्मूलन बाह्याभ्यन्तरसमस्तसाधना सम्पदा शक्ति सानुकूल्यतां प्राप्तिद्वारा धर्मसंस्थापनकार्ये दिग्विजयार्थं च श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणशास्त्रस्य द्वादशस्कन्धस्य दशमस्कन्धस्यापि पारायणमध्ययनं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। आदौ द्वादशस्कन्धः। ओं श्रीकृष्णपरब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणं द्वादशस्कन्धः। ओमाभासश्च निरोधश्च यतश्चाध्यवसीयते शास्त्रयः परं ब्रह्म परमात्मेति शब्दते। ओम अथ सप्तमोऽध्यायः। Friends, up to the 6th chapter we have seen. In the 6th chapter, as asked by Shaunaka Rishi, the Sutaji tells about the arrival of the Vedas from Brahmadeva and Nada, then Omkara, the Aksharas. Then he gave it to Rishimuni, the parampara going on, going on. Same thing happened in the Kali Yuga. Because of scattering of the Veda mantras has become so much, many got even lupta. Brahmadeva and others have asked, therefore Narayana came as the Vyasa Bhagavan. Again he collected all, compiled, gave it to his four main Shishyas, Paila Vaishampayana, Jaimini, Sumantu. And then how each of them spreading those Shaka Parampara sustained the opportunity for the human beings to achieve the higher things through the Yajna Upasanas as taught in the Vedas, sustain the human life by knowing and living the life of Varnashrama Dharma, and also sustaining the opportunities of realizing the self and getting liberated from the not self through the Upanishadic Jnanam. Now, when it was going on, yesterday we saw up to Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, how they are spread. Then today we will see the ATHARVAVEDA by Sumant Rishi. So too the Puranas and Purana Sankhyanam, Purana Lakshanam. These are the topics we try to study today. Let us do it. Om Atha Saptamodhyayah Sutavacha Atharvaveda Sumantuscha शिष्यमध्यापयत् स्वकाम संहितां सोऽपि पथ्याय वेददर्शाय चोक्तवान् शौक्लायनेर्ब्रह्मबलिः मोदोषः पिप्पलायनिः वेददर्शस्य शिष्यास्ते पथ्यशिष्यान् अथो शृणो कुमुदः शुनको ब्रह्मन् जाजलिश्चाप्यथर्ववितो बभ्रुः शिष्योऽन्ताङ्गिरसः सैन्धवायन एव च अधीयेतां संहिते द्वे सावर्ण्याद्यास्तथा परे नक्षत्रकल्पः शान्तिश्च काश्यपाङ्गिरसादयः एते अथर्वणाचार्याः शृणु पौराणिकान् मुने त्रय्यारुणिः कश्यपश्च सावर्णिरकृतव्रणः वैशम्पायनहारीतौ षड्वै पौराणिका इमे अधीयन्तव्यासशिष्यात् संहितां मत्पितुर्मुखात् एकैकाम् अहमेतेषां शिष्यः सर्वाः समध्यगाम काश्यपोऽहं च सावर्णी रामशिष्यो कृतव्रणः अधीमहि व्यासशिष्यात् चतस्रो मूलसंहिताः पुराणलक्षणं ब्रह्मन् ब्रह्मर्षिभिर्निरूपितं शृणुष्व बुद्धिमाश्रित्य वेदशास्त्रानुसारतः सर्गो स्यात् विसर्गश्च वृत्तिरक्षान्तराणि च वंशो वंशानुचरितं संस्थाहेतुरपाश्रयः दशभिर्लक्षणैर्युक्तं पुराणं तद्विदो विदुः क्वचित् पञ्चविधं ब्रह्मन् महद् अल्पव्यवस्थयाम् अव्याकृतगुणक्षोभात् महतस्त्रिवृतोऽहमः भूतमात्रेन्द्रियार्थानां सम्भवः सर्ग उच्यते पुरुषानुगृहीतानाम् एतेषां वासनामयः विसर्गोऽयं समाहारः बीजात् बीजं चराचरं वृत्तिर्भूतानि भूतानां चराणाम् अचराणि च कृता स्वेन नृणां तत्र कामात् चोदनयापि वा रक्षाच्युतावतारेह विश्वस्यानुयुगे युगे तिर्यङ्मर्त्यर्षिदेवेषु हन्यन्ते यैः त्रयीद्विषः मन्वन्तरं मनुर्देवाः मनुपुत्राः सुरेश्वरः ऋषयोंशावतारश्च हरेः षड्विधमुच्यते राज्ञां ब्रह्मप्रसूतानां वंशस्त्रैकालिकोऽन्वयः वंशानुचरितं तेषां वृत्तं वंशधराश्च ये नैमित्तिकः प्राकृतिकः नित्यः आत्यन्तिको लयः संस्थेति कविभिः प्रोक्ता चतुर्धास्य स्वभावतः हेतुर्जीवोऽस्य वर्सर्गादेः अविद्या कर्मकारकः यं च अनुशयनं प्राहुः अव्याकृतम् उतापरे व्यतिरेकान्वयो यस्य जाग्रत्स्वप्नसुषुप्तिषु मायामयेषु तद्ब्रह्म जीववृत्तिष्वपाश्रयः पदार्थेषु यथा द्रव्यं सन्मात्रं रूपनामसो बीजादिपञ्चतासु व्यवस्थासु युतायुतं विरमेत यदा चित्तं हित्वा वृत्तित्रयं स्वयं योगेन वा तदात्मानं वेदेहायानिवर्तते एवं लक्षणलक्ष्याणि पुराणानि पुराविदः मुनयोऽष्टादश प्राहुः क्षुल्लकानि महान्ति च ब्राह्मं पाद्मं वैष्णवं च शैवं लैङ्गं सगारुडं नारदीयं भागवतम् आग्नेयं स्कान्दसंज्ञितं भविष्यं ब्रह्मवैवर्तं मार्कण्डेयं सवामनं वाराहं मात्स्यं कौर्मं च ब्रह्माण्डाख्यमिति त्रिषठो ब्रह्मन् इदं समाख्यातं शाखाप्रणयनं मुनेः शिष्यशिष्यप्रशिष्याणां ब्रह्मतेजो विवर्धनम् इति श्रीमद्भागवते महापुराणे पारमहंस्यां संहितायां द्वादशस्कन्धे अथर्ववेदशाखाप्रचारः पुराणलक्षणं नाम सप्तमोऽध्यायः। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. So these Veda Jnanam Paramatma alone has revealed to Brahmadeva and coming further. In some places it is called as Purusha Nishvasitam. From Paramatma's exhaling they have come. So in some places भगवान ब्रह्म शिव भगवान के डमरू से निकले हैं करके, ब्रह्मदेव के चारों सर से निकले करके. So in different places that way said, but finally Bhagwan alone is Veda Rupaha. So Vedaha, Vedavitu, Avyangah, Vedangah, Vedavitu Kavihi, who is in Vishnu Sahasranama. So too in Vedaishya Sarvaihi Ahameva Vedyaha Vedanta Krut Vedavidevacha Aham, said in Bhagavad Gita. So for us, the Vedas are the Shabda Rupa Parabrahma Paramatma. Have fixed in this the mind, then we need not get diverted from this thought to enter into confusion. So when Bhagavan has created the whole world, he wants to create the manual also for the jivas, for their own how to make use of that given chance of life and evolve. Those manuals are these beautiful Veda Shastras. On the basis of Vedas only, later on the Rishi Muni, for the human beings who were becoming little grosser and all, the Purana, the Itihasa, the Smriti Grantha, then Prakarana Grantha, then all of that they brought. And any one of them which are in line with Vedas alone are accepted. Anything talk against Veda, they're all called Asanatana Dharma. We don't agree, accept, endorse that. These are the few things we can know. And we can have a commitment that in one of the lives very soon, from the very experienced Vedanga, Vedanta Acharyas of each of the Veda, what is, if not totally deeply indicated, but at least all the Mukhya Vishayas we can study. Slowly, that way we can be only the students of Shastras, gain the knowledge, live life according to them for our own evolution and emancipation. And there is no better way of life than this. Any life where the Veda Jnana not gained, not lived according to it, is only according to our own manmani, as also according to the manmani of equally ignorant people in the world. That's called Andhenaiva Niyamana Yatandaha. That's what we were doing so far. Now we can change our way of life. And again, what said again, same thing is repeated. It is not enough to do the Shravanam of the Vedas, Purana, Itihasa. Without Mananam, the clear understanding and why they have to be known, understood, that will not happen. Even after that understanding, if we don't consciously, slowly, steadily change our life from what we are living to what we have learned from the Veda Purana Itihasa, then the required transformation in our life from living like a mere human to become divine, that will not happen. So these are the things which we have to take very deeply into our hearts and start doing that. No delay allowed, no distraction allowed, no doubts should be entertained. Finish all of them. Clarify all the doubts from the Guru, get the knowledge, get the confirmation of the knowledge, become convinced of the knowledge, then get committed to live this knowledge. And then no stone unturned, no looking back. Just Charaiveti, Charaiveti, Charaiveti. In this one thing which is helpful, we can listen is, let us thus focus on our own evolution. Having gone to some distance where we are confident now are on the path, then we can keep supporting others also, helping others also, so that everybody evolves in this universe through the spirituality. But in the beginning, we have to settle ourselves in the path. Once we have settled, then we have started doing it effortlessly, like when you are in the flight. What do they say? If any of turbulences, dangers happen, first you put the mask, then put it to others. You put the belt and then or whatever jacket, life jacket, then put it to others. ज़्यादा मेहरबानी करोगे उनके लिए, then you will die. In the spirituality also, first we have to establish surely, certainly on the path, then we can help others also. Helping others is a duty, because the rishis, munis, our gurus helped us, then only we could do it. And then doing sadhana ourselves is double duty because that is more important. We have to finally find ourselves in the divine experience. फाइनली क्या सबसे पहले वही होना चाहिए. Now these four Pailav, Jaimini, Vaishampayana and Jaimini have done the spreading of Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda. Now the fourth one, Atharvaveda, Sumanto Rishi, he was given, he received it fully thoroughly studied. He also divided it into shakhas and went on giving it to his disciples. They further made it shakhas and they have thus to that way tried to sustain the Veda Parampara, tried to sustain the guidance to the jivas according to Veda to live a fulfilled life. Then we should develop our respect toward these Rishi Parampara, also to the Veda, Jnana Parampara, as much as possible. What we can do to our side, from our side, we should do. Now we are doing our Upanishad Adhyayanam, Bhashyam, Purana Adhyayanam. So this is minimum, good, not maximum, minimum. The maximum is taking this alone as mission. First, we become thorough in all the knowledge and sadhana, then take across the whole globe this knowledge. Like Gurudev, like the great Adi Shankara, they have done. That is a great help we can do to the world. And it goes on. Again, Bhautikavada comes, it suppresses spirituality. Some Mahatmas come and take on themselves, and again they revive spirituality. Again, many useless fellows come, they promote the materialism. Again, seemingly sometime the Vedanta or spirituality gets subsided, again revival. It goes on happening. So at our times now we can see the world outside, we can see the opportunities given to outside us, we can see our own ability capability, we do sadhana, we reach to some level, and around as a Rishiruna we have to spread this knowledge to others too. So this is how this can be done, and it is all by God's grace. At least me have more and more purity of the heart, so that only the Veda Shastra Shravanam Adhyanam and Veda Jivanam, Veda Parampara, only we take as priority and do nothing else. Veda, Shruti Smriti Purana इतिहास, पूरा जीवन हमारा उसी के साथ भर जाए, ऐसा मेरे लिए तो मेरा संकल्प है. Highest it is. Anything other than, as we said earlier, is only human made, very low level, low quality life. Now let us see what this Sumantu has done. Ki Sut Om Sri Krishna Brahmane Namaha Srimad Bhagavatam Mahapuranam Dwadasha Skandha Atha Saptamodhyayah Shri Suta Uvacha. Suta Uvacha. What did he says? Atharvavit. Suta is telling Shaunaka Rishi as they asked. Atharvavit Sumantu. So the giver of the Atharvana Veda is Vyasaji. Receiver is his fourth disciple Sumantu. Then Shishyam Adhyapayat Swakama. Okay. Then Samhitam Sopi Patyaya Veda Darshaya Cha Uktavanu. So that Sumant has taught this Atharva Veda to his immediate disciple. That immediate disciple name is Kabandha, which is not mentioned here, but it is Kabandha. Then Samhitam Sahapi, that Kabandha also made it into two and gave it to his two disciples. One's name is Pathya, other's name is Vedadarsha. So Pathya and Vedadarsha are disciples of Kabandha. Kabandha is disciple of the Sumantu. Sumantu is disciple of Vedavyasa Bhagavan. Then Vedadarsha had his own Shishyas. To them he made his Atharvaveda Shakhas and he taught them. Who are they? Shauklayanihi, then Brahmabalihi, then Modoshaha, then Pippalayanihi. These are the four, are the Vedadarsha Shishya. They received the Atharva Veda from him. Then what did the Pathya do? Pathya Shishya Natho Shunu. Pathya also has got lot of Shishyas to him. So Kumudaha Shunakaha. Then Jabalihi Atharvavitu. These are the four Shishyas. Kumudaha Shunaka Jabalihi Atharvavit. These are the four Shishyas of Patyaha, and they are taught these branches. The second portion which they received from Kavanda, and he gave it to them. Then among them, Babru Shishyothangiras Saindavayana Evacha. So there is the Shunaka's Shishyas, Babru and Saindavayana. Then these two are the Angirasa, means this Angirasa Gotra is Shunaka. Shunaka's son is Shaunaka or Shishya. So Shaunako Havai Mahashalaha. So in this way, as we saw in Atharvaveda, in our Mundaka Upanishadu, here also actually the Shrota is Shaunaka Rishi only. Who is asking? So then Shunakasya Shishyaha Babruhu and Saindhavayana. Then they studied the two of the things. Then he has some other disciples of Savarni, Nakshatra Kalpa, Shanti, Kashyapa, then Angirasaha. They also studied this Atharvana Vidya from their earlier gurus. So that is how they, as Shuru Pauranika, these Shishyas also made some branches and taught to their own subsequent disciples. That's how Atharva Veda also is not a small one, big one. Lot of Shishya Prashishya carried the legacy of that one. Having this way told about all four Vedas and four main Shishyas of Vyasa and how they spread, now the Sutaji telling to Shaunaka Rishi, now Pauranikan Shrunu He Mune. Now not only Vedas our Vyasaji has codified, but he has written the Puranas also. Purana Acharya he is. So the Purana also has got the Parampara of the Shishyas and Gurus. Okay, so who have got the Puranas ityadi? Ki Trayarunihi Kashyapaha Savarnihi Akruta Vranaha Vaichampayanaha Ritaha Shadvai Pauranika Ime. These are the six Pauranikas. Who are they? Trayaruni. He is also. See, all Veda studied people only, Rishis only studied Puranas too. Those who have studied Purana, they studied Veda also. But then they are given the job of spreading the respective thing. That's what they did it. So Trayarani is also Vedajnani. So, but he is mainly, as regards his Acharyatva is concerned, he is the giver of the Puranas, therefore he is Pauranikaha. Then Kashyapaha also is Pauranikaha. Kashyapa Rishi. That Aditi, Kashyapa, the Vamana Avatara. So they are all Kashyapa Rishi. Then Savarnihi. The Savarni also is a Purana Acharya. Then Akruta Vranaha is the fourth one. Then Vaishampayana is another fifth one. Then Vaishampayana was there in the Veda also. Then Haritaha. The Harita is the sixth one. These are all six Pauranikas. So the Vaishampayana ji and some others are Kashyapa ji. They gave the Vedas also. They helped in the Purana Prachara also. Like in today's world also, there are like Puja Gurudev and all. He taught the Vedanta Upanishad also. He taught Smriti Grantha, Bhagavad Gita also. He taught some of the, but in his time given through the Rama Gita and all, the Purana Itihas also. So this is how in today's world, so you can see many. They teach Vedanta also, the Purana. So, Purana Itihasabhyam Vedaha Upabhramitam. Through Purana Itihasa only, the Veda Jnana can be thoroughly understood. That's why to some portions like that of, what do you call them? Vishnu Sahasranama, also the Lalita Trishati, some more. These also our Bhagavan Adi Shankara has given Bhashya, not only to the Prasthana Trayam. So we have to know the Lord transcendental as well as immanent. The transcendental Lord is taught to us by the Upanishads Brahma Vidya. The immanent Lord is taught to us through the Purana Itihasas. So Vaishampayana Haritaha Shadvai Pauranika Ime. So where of these six people have learned these Puranas? They have learned from the direct disciple of Vyasa. So Vyasa ji did not teach Puranas to these Triyaruni Adi directly. Vyasaji's Shishya of receiver of the Purana is the Roma Harshana Rishi. Roma Harshana's Putra is this Sutaji who is giving us the Purana now to Shaunakadi Muni. So the Vyasa, he has written the Purana, he gave it to Romaharshana Rishi. Romaharshanaji gave it to his 6 of these people, Trayaruni, Kashyapaha, Savarni, Akrutavadanaha, Vaishambha and Harita. Then here Sutaji says, the author of this, now the speaker, he says, Adhiyamta Vyasa Shishyat Samhitam Mat Pitur Mukhatu. So these 6 have learned from the Vyasa Shishya, my father, he is Romaharshanaji. Then what I did, ki ekaikam aham ekaikam. So each one of them are given a set of Puranas, some of them. Then ekaikaham aham etesham shishyaha sarvaha samadhyagamo. So Purana Samhita, when these have got one, but I went to all these 6. From them, all the 6 Puranas I heard, understood. 6 Samhitas. So what are the 6 divisions of Purana? I don't know, but the 3 though we know it. 6 are Brahma related, 6 are Vishnu related, 6 are Mahadeva Shiva related. So, in whatever division, the Romaharshanaji gave these 6 disciples, those 18 Puranas, we don't know. But then our Romaharshanaji, our Sutaji, the present speaker, has learned from all the 6 of them, all the Samhitas. That is why these 1,000 years, when they are seated for the yajna, he could deliver these so many Puranas for such a long time. For all those Shaunakadi Rishi who were doing yajnas in the morning, evening, listening to the Purana Katha. Thereafter, he says, not only me, Kashyapaha, Ahamcha, Savarnihi, then the Parashurama Shishya is called Akrutavarnaha, Adimahi, Vyasa Shishyat, Chatasraha Mula Samhitaha. So, not only these 6, but the other 4 Mula Purana Samhitas also, we 4 have learned from directly this Romaharshana. So, Romaharshana taught 6 to them, from them 6 I learned. Directly from Romaharshana, my father, the 4 also we have learned. So, totally these are the Puranas said to be 18 in one way. Now, here onwards for the next many shlokas, the Purana Lakshanams are taught to us. What are the Lakshanas of the Purana? Very good topic, which we have seen in the beginning. Atra sargo visargascha sthanam poshanamutayah manvantareshanukata nirodho muktirashrayaha. These are the Dasha Lakshanam of the Bhagavatam. That's how every Purana has the Pancha or Dasha Lakshana. If it is a Laghu Purana 5, if it is Maha or Mukhya Purana, it is Dasha Lakshanas. Little bit name here and there are changed, otherwise the contents are same. So through these 10 Lakshanas, Purana communicates to the students and the speakers all the things about this entire world and the Lord's permeation in every one of them. तो सारा सृष्टि और सृष्टि में भगवान का प्रेजेंस को ये पुराण इन 10 लक्षणों के द्वारा हमको दिखाते हैं. And any day anything studied, while doing so, the Lord Supreme is forgotten, then we have gone away from the truth or reality. All knowledges have to lead us to the acceptance and realization of the Paramatma first. If that link is cut, then the entire world will take as real apart from Bhagavan. Then we have our own show in this world of Ragadveshadi Samsara. All the time the purpose of Purana study is what? Bhagavan is the creator. We are all the created. We have no other business than doing what exactly he says, in which alone the Bhagavan's Leela is fulfilled, the good of the world also is there, and my life also fulfilled and my life also is evolved. To know this, the Puranas have to be studied. Vedanta to be studied for transcending all the upadhis of Vyashti and Samashti, discovering that Supreme Parabrahma Paramatma. Both are required. When we are always, when we are with our own selves, that Parabrahma. When we are in the world with the given set of upadhi, just be a part, keep on serving. Where will we go? Even we know Brahman, we sit in a samadhi, but otherwise, we have to be in this very same world. We have to conduct with our own upadhis. Therefore, accept the upadhi sthiti and serve the same world. But inside we know. Through the Upadhi I am working here, but I know what I am. Like if the father knows, through the son I am acting as father, but I am a man. What's wrong? It's a realization only as a man. He's a highly intelligent man who maintains his manhood, never falling into manhole, and does all the leelas which he can do. Then such person, if something happens, one of that identity goes away, let us say, then he is a son, he is playing the role. When father, mother, elderly, they left, he will not suffer. Because as a son, I can't do to parents, but I am there as a man, I will do the other roles. वो रोल का उतना ही था हो गया. So when the roles were given, he'll do it perfectly. When they are taken away, he'll not be worried much. And he'll continue also as a son doing all these aparakarma or the shraddhadi, tarpanadi out of shraddha and kritagnyata. See that beauty of life, like I am speaking to you as a speaker from the dais. But heart in heart, I am my own self in that way. So here he says, Purana Lakshanam Brahmana Brahmarshivih Nirupitam. Okay. Brahmarshis, देखो Brahmagyanis, they themselves are also the Purana Vakta Pravakta. By them, these are the Lakshanas of the Purana that is being Nirupitam. Like we have the Vedanta Shastra Lakshana, which explains to us the Parabrahma Paramatma Tattva. Every other Upanishad has to establish the Parabrahma and the way to achieve that Parabrahma. Smriti Granthas, more or less, they talk about the Vidhi Vidhana that human beings have to live with the Varna Ashrama Vyavastha. That's how the Manu Smriti, Yagnavalkya Smriti, both are 18 Smritis are there. Understand? So that is how the Smriti contains. So too, the Itihasas are the historically happened. Purana Kavi historically happened, but in different yugas. Puranas are the recent yuga happened. The avatar of the Lord entirely put in front of us as a means again for gaining the Chaturvida Purushartha. पुराणों के द्वारा धर्म अर्थ का मोक्ष चारों पुरुषार्थ इतिहासों के द्वारा हम जानकर कर कर पा सकते. In the same way, Purana Samhitas have these 10 Lakshanas in them. It is called as Purana. And through all those 10 Lakshana, as we saw 15 minutes back, what is communicated to us is the immanent presence of Paramatma in and through everything. And our due roles, which we have to follow, again, as we said, for our own evolution, for our due contribution to the world, reciprocation of what we are receiving from the world, and then acknowledging the Lord's grace and extending our, कृतज्ञता to Him by doing what He says to us. उन्होंने बनाकर हमको भेजा, तो जो कहा उन्होंने करने को, करने से He will be happy, is it not? That way. So, Purana Lakshanam Brahman Brahmarshivih Nirupitam Shunusva. Shunuye Buddhimupashritya. So, with your buddhi, full of concentration, in Veda Shastra Anusarataha, according to the Veda Shastra and their Sara only, the Brahmarshis have given and spread the Puranas with these Lakshanas. So, therefore, listen carefully, O Shaunakadi Rishis. Sutaji is telling. What are the Dasha Lakshanas of the Purana that is said in 9th and 10th mantras? Om Sargaha Asya Atha Visargaha, then Vritti, 4th one is Raksha, 5th one is the Antarani, 6th is Vamsha, 7th is Vamshanucharitam, 8th is Samstha, 9th is Hetu, and the 10th is Apashrayaha. Almost same like we studied for Bhagavatam. So here one or two, just names changed. So Sargaha, Visargaha, here their Sthanam Poshanam is said, here Vritti Raksha is said. Then Uti, there it is said. But Manvantarani are common. So Sarga, Visargaha, Vritti Raksha. Char ho gaye. Antarani means Manvantarani. Vamshaha, Vamshanucharitam. 7 ho gaye. Samstha 8, Hetuhu 9, Apashraya 10. These topics are exhaustively dealt in the Puranas. The Vishesha of the Bhagavat Purana is having their 12 skandhas. In that, first is the Adhikari Nirnaya, second is Sadhana. After that, from the third skandha to 12. These 10 skandhas have these 10 lakshanas of sargaha, visargaha, sthanam, poshanamurti, manvantara, ishanukatha, nirodha, mukti. And then what we are studying now, the 12th skandha, is ashraya skandha. Abhasascha, nirodhascha, yatacha, adhyavasiyate. Both the abhasa, the appearance of the world, nirodha, disappearance of the world, yataha, from whom they appear. Sa Ashraya, he is the support for everything called as Param Brahma. Sahasraya Param Brahma. So Abhasascha Nirodhascha Itasadhyavasiyate Sa Ashraya Param Brahma. He alone is called Paramatma iti Kathyate. Discovery of Paramatma is important, dear friends. Not the presence or absence of the Srishti. Our purpose should never be the Srishti. The moment our purpose is Srishti and not the God, we are trapped in the ignorance and we will suffer the limitations of Jiva, Bhava. Our purpose of life should be Paramatma discovery, not the Srishti at all. सृष्टि जीव के लिए होता है, परमात्मा तो सृष्टि के जीव भाव के अतीत है. But because we are seeing, we are experiencing, we ask the question, then all the details are told. Details are only to pacify our mana buddhi to the extent that's possible are required, but there is no other purpose of creation. Our purpose is to only recognize the Parabrahma Paramatma. In that only there is mukti. Not knowing this, when we get enchanted by the world and trying to eke out from something from that, then we have lost the track or the way. Gone. Again, how many lives it will take for us to do karma, karma phala, prarabdha, and exhaust all of that and come back to the main track of Parabrahma. Clear? Now here it says, Dashavehi Lakshanaihi Yuktam Puranam. Tad Vidaha Viduhu. Those who have exhaustively studied all Puranas, they tell us the Purana has got these 10 Lakshanas. Kechit Panchamidham. Some talk about the Pancha only, the Lakshanas are the Purana. Mahat Alpa Vyavasthaya. So if they are Mahapuranas, it is got 10 Lakshana. If not a Maha, then it is less contained Purana. It is having the Pancha Lakshanas. So Sarga, Visargaha, then Manva, Manvantarani, then Sthanam or Ashrayaha. Manvantara, Sargaha, Visargaha, Sthanam, Manvantarani, one more. 5 topics will be there in that Pancha Lakshana Yukta Purana. When the Puranas are of small type of small grade. But for the Mahapurana, Dasha Lakshana. Clear? Now, what is said in each of these Lakshanas is being explained in next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shlokas by our great this Sutaji. 2 or 3 we will see today, remaining tomorrow we will do. So, Avyakruta Gunakshobhat Mahatah Trivruto Hamaha Bhutamatrendriyarthanam Sambhavaha Sarga Uchyate. This is called Sarga. Interesting thing. In this one shloka, in one go, our Sutaji so intelligently up to the Panchamahabhuta making how the Srishti has come, he is just summarized in one shloka. That is his genius. And it is heard by Shaunaka Rishi throughout Bhagavatam so many times. All of them have heard from their gurus the Vedanta Granthas. In them also all these are given. Therefore, it was not difficult for them to grasp this thing. So, Avyakruta, first thing is Bhagavan, Parabrahma. Then he either had the Sankalpa to create, therefore invoked his Maya Shakti, or became aware of his Maya Shakti, wanted to use it. But it is in his control always, called as the Avyakruta, the unmanifest. Why it's unmanifest? When the Srishti is not there, it is not there. In the pure Brahman, when we discover, it is not there. And also, through its expression in various forms, it can be known or seen. Otherwise, this cannot be traced and found. Paramatma and Maya, these both are anirvachaniya. Both are anadi. But one is Antavan, another is Ananta. Maya is Antavan. When the Vidya is gained knowledge, Maya goes away, but Paramatma is Ananta. He continues to stay. So, Paramatma is Ananta Shakti called as Avyakruta here. Okay. In that Avyakruta Sthiti, the three gunas in the Maya are in Samya Avastha. Absolutely Samya, unexpressed Avastha they are. Samya Avastha was undifferentiated state of three gunas of the Prakriti is called as Avyakruta Sthiti of the Prakriti. Undifferentiated. Three gunas. Then by the Lord's Sankalpa only, in that Maya's three gunas, which are Samya Avastha, the Kshobha happens. Bhagavan remove that Samya Avastha, creates that disturbance in it for the creation further. So Avyakruta Guna, which are in Samya Avastha at the Avyakruta level, then in that Guna, when Bhagavan's Leela Sankalpa makes that Kshobha, then what happens? Same Avyakrita becomes little more grossified. But from our side, it is subtle. At that level, that Maya expresses as Mahat Tattva. In that Mahat Tattva, the Trigunas are not in the Samya Avastha, but they start slowly getting differentiatedly expressed. Slowly at a very subtle level in the Mahat Tattva. Then Mahataha Tribrutu Ahamaha. Then from this Mahat Tattva came the Trivruta, Trigunatmaka, Samashti Ahankara. Never forget this sequence. Paramatma, Maya Shakti, which is never independent or apart from him. When you talk about Maya, when you talk about Paramatma, in him this Maya is neither required nor there. Only Parabrahma is there. This is what the Vedantika finally. In the Yoga and Sankhya, they talk about the Prakriti Pradhana also to be permanent along with Bhagavan. We don't agree. In Vedanta, for us, even Maya Prakriti also gets dissolved. Only Ekameva Dvayam Brahma Neha Nanasti Kinchana is a place where the Vedanti and the Sankhya they differ. For them, separating from the Prakriti, allowing the Prakriti to continue is moksha. We say if the Prakriti is continued, anytime again it will bind. Therefore, totally Prakriti nahi hai, only Kevala Parabrahma is there. Ekamevadhyam Brahma are the mantras, for us the authority. They say even after realization, but that Jnani is working in the world. Therefore, the Prakriti is there, where it has ended. The Vedanti says it is all in the onlooker's mind, but for a Jnani, he is always in Sarvam Kalu Idam Brahma Anubhuti. That is how we tell them. Now, coming to this Sarga. First is Avyakruta. Then in that Gunas. And the Gunas got the Kshobhita. From that the Mahat came. From a Mahat, Trivrut Aham came. Trivrut means Trigunatmaka Ahankara came. Okay. That Trigunatmaka Ahankara again gets into three Ahankaras. Satvika Ahankara, Rajasika and Tamasika. Differentiation Shuruva. Then what happened there? Trivruta Ahamaha. What happens? Bhuta, Matra, Indriya, Arthanam, Sambhavaha. Okay, Bhuta means Panchamahabhutas. Matra means Tanmatras. Indriyas means Indriyas. Artha means Pancha objects. Okay, इसको कहते हैं संभवः सर्ग उच्यते. Therefore, all these Panchamahabhutas and the Tanmatras and then Indriyaha, all the 14 Indriyas, then the Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasa Gandha, they are not created by Brahmadeva. They are already there before he came. From this matter, he is given the job of assembling them, mixing them to create the lokas, to create the dehas, and to create the bhojana adi for the jivas who enter into those dehas. So Brahmadeva is not done anything by himself. He is done the creation with the material which is already there before he arrived. So in that three Rut Ahankara, from the Sattvic Ahankara, all the Adhisthana Devatas come. Okay. From the Rajasic Ahankara, all the Jnanendriyas, Karmendriyas, Antakarana come. From the Tamasic Ahankara, Pancha Tanmatras come. From those Tanmatras only, the Pancha Mahabhutas come. Those Pancha Mahabhutas, in their pure nascent form, they admixture होकर स्थूल पंच महाभूता happen. With them, the Brahmadeva goes on creating the Shariras. And already existing the Indriyas, Antakarana, Prana, he pushes into them. Then the respective Jiva enters that. Then Bhagavan, having entered Tatsushtva Deva Anupraveshat, he enlivens them. Clear? Bhagavan's entry is ever there, everywhere there. When those conditions become conducive, he starts expressing through them as Chetana. When the Ahamvritti is very finer, in that Ahamvritti, the Paramatma Chaitanya Rupa reflects as Chidabhasa. That is the beginning of the knowingness, wantingness, doingness, enjoyingness. All of them start from there. So up to the Panchamahabhutas, the Tanmatras, the Panchagnanendriyas, Samishti mein bata rahe. Karmendriyas, Adhisthana Devatas, Panchapranas, all of them are called as Sarga. They all have come from Samishti Ahankara, it came from Mahatattva, it came from the Samya Avastha of the Avyakruta, when it becomes Kshobhita. And where from this Maya Avyakruta has come, we remember. This is the place where, very interesting issue, in Parabrahma it is not there, it is undifferentiated from him. At the time of Srishti, Paramatma alone allows this Maya to do all these things. While doing all that, he doesn't come under either the sway of Prakriti or the Prakriti created world. He remains always aloof as a Sakshi to all of them at the time of creation. Means when we see creation, when we talk from the creation standpoint. But go to Brahma Sthiti, never ever in him this Maya is there because he is Ekameva Dvayam Brahma, nor the subsequent entire creation is there. This is what Ajatavada of Gaudapada and the Shukadeva Ityadi. Shukacharya, Shishya only, Gaudapadacharya, they say, they talk finally Ajatavada. Means never the Sushti has come. Na nirodho, na chotpatti, na baddho, na cha sadhakaha, na mumukshur, na vimukta iti esha paramarthata. So this is called Sargaha. Then what is Visargaha? Purusha anugruhitanam etesham vasanamayah visarga ayam samaharaha bijat bijam characharam. So, the visarga is what? Depending on the vasana of the jivas, from these isolated or which are assorted things, the respective dehas coming to made and given to millions of jivas. This giving of dehas to millions of jivas is called as a visarga. That is depending on vasanas. Having got those dehas staying in them, the jivas do so many of the things with ahankara or phalasakti. Again, they become vasanas. So, vasana rupi bija se, ye visarga ke samay, jivas get their dehas. Being in the deha, again they do such actions by which again the vasanas are created. And then the vasanas again give them those respective bodies to the jiva. So, this is visarga. You understand? Now in the morning class, just for the sake of a reminder, what was that Nirbija Samadhi? And before that, what was said? Ki Ratambara Prajna Samskaras, as they grow, the Anya Samskaranka ho nash karta rehta hai. Because of which all the Deha, the Utpatti, Prarabdha, Samsara, that all goes away. Here also the Jiva, in Vedantic way, exhausts his vasana, so then he will not be compelled or forced to take the dehas. Then he can not only exhaust vasana, his essential nature, when he tries to discover, he merges to become one with that his essential self. This is how in the Vedanta Jiva ka mukti batate hain. So sargaha visargaha, These are the two things are spoken. Then what is Vritti, Raksha, Antarani, Vamsho, Vamshani Charitam, Samstha, Hetu, Abashraya. These 8 things we study tomorrow. Clear? So in 2 days only our 8th sarga or 7th sarga will be, 7th chapter will be over of this 12th skandha. Chalo, speed up karke we will finish this Bhagavatam as early as possible, maybe maximum 20 days or 1 month of the Chatur Masa, which is starting from 29th of this month. तो by the end of July तक हम अगर ये पूरा साथ में भागवत महात्म्य if we can do from that second month or even little earlier, let us see what Bhagavan wants us to study. The other Bhagavata 12th क्या कहते हैं 10वां स्कंध चल तो रहा है वो, that also will go on. So let's how this is enjoy our study of Shastra and be in touch with our Puranas, our Itihasas, our Sampradaya, Samskruti, our Adhyatmikata. And that way only let us live, live. Let us not go away from it and become alien to it and get carried away on the name of modernization on only the Bhautika Jagat, Bhautika Vada, only Arthaka Amadi and lower Purusharthas. Help ourselves. Arthakama you earn and enjoy as much as required for sustenance, but not at the cost of totally forgetting the dharma and paramadharma called as moksha. So what's further? Let's see tomorrow. Sarvam Bhagavat Charanara Vindarpanamastu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Bhagavata Sharanam Mama. Shri Sadguru Sharanam Mama. Shri Suta Sharanam Mama. Shri Shukadeva Sharanam Mama. Shri Vyasa Sharanam Mama. Shri Narada Sharanam Mama. Shri Kumar Sharanam Mama. Shri Brahma Sharanam Mama. Shri Vishnu Sharanam Mama. Shri Parabrahma Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Sharanam Mama. Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare. He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare. He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Om Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं स्वर्गे सत्ये च कैलासे वैकुण्ठे नास्ति अयं रसः अतः पिबन्तु सद्भाग्याः मा मुञ्चतः कर्हिचित् ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ श्रीकृष्णपरब्रह्मणे नमः श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणं दशमस्कन्धः उत्तरार्धः अथ चतुःपञ्चाशत्तमोऽध्यायः. Friends, yesterday we saw the teachings of Jarasandha Adi to this Shishupala who was crying so pathetically, miserably, losing all his virtues and tejas as if his own Patni is being kidnapped by someone. And in that, few things were really good, important for us. That Katputli example, all of them are given. We are all in the Daiva, in the hands of the Lord only. Remember, though we are in the hands of the Lord, we are not so much like Kadmutri. We are given freedom. But that freedom, when we rightly utilize, and in binding ourselves to the Shastric way of living, that freedom, that bondage only will give us real freedom from all bondages. That thing we have to understand. Loves Bhagavan, the human being, so much that he has given all ability, faculty. He has kept in front of him such a beautiful world, and he said, play in that. I'm giving you freedom. Now, in the game, when you play the foul play, not according to the rules of the game, then we will be shown that first the yellow card, then let us slowly the orange card, then if it is exceeding, then the red card. Bas, you are out of the game. In the same way, game way. Life maybe we are not knowing this. Either we don't want to go to the Lord spiritual, or we don't want to follow the rules regulation. पूरा नास्तिक बनेंगे या रूल्स नहीं फॉलो करेंगे. This is wrong. We have to be astika and we have to use the freedom given in following the rules. Then only we evolve. The rules are meant for that. Why are the rules, regulations, directions given in the manual? Is not for the instrument to sustain long and give service. So too the human life should live long and give good service. For that only the manual of the Jivana Vidhana through the Shastras is told. If we deny it, then we'll be in super problem. So, what we are discussing here is addition to what Jarasandha told to the Shishupala. And another thing he said correct, but not complete. Now it is a time of them, therefore, even though they are in small number, they defeated us. We are in big number, our time it is not, therefore we got defeated. And when our time comes, we will defeat them. That's what he said, no? Ki Ripavo Jigyo Adhuna Vai Kala Atmanusarini. So the Kala is in their own favor. Then Tada Vayam Vijayashyamaha. We also will become victorious. Yada Kala Pradakshinaha. When the time comes favorable to us. It is true, but the time favorable or unfavorable is made by us only with our own wisdom, with our own right way of living. So we can create our kala for ourselves. That is given to us, human beings. Okay. And then all this is again from the worldly outer bhautika thing standpoint. So whenever our drushti is away from Paramatma, all this nonsense eternally goes on there, going. So keep drushti on Paramatma only as a goal. All else just give maximum value up to Vyavahara. Then nowhere will be caught up. You know? So Shishupala may want to marry Rukmini, but then you have to ask Rukmini also, you have to ask the other parents and others. Main girl तो वो है, she is I want to marry Krishna. Rukmini कुछ जानता नहीं, you must marry Shishupala. And that fellow got instigated. बाकी भी सोचो ना, भगवान कृष्ण है and all that. So व्यवहार में गड़बड़ होता ही रहता है. इसलिए व्यवहार को ज्यादा महत्व नहीं देना, मिनिमम देना. That highest maturity when comes, that we give minimum and due importance to Vyavahara, not more than that. I tell you, we are the more wise than a Brahmagnani. Because Brahmagnan में कोई problem नहीं, जानो या ना जानो, there are no other problems. Is it not? If you know, you realize. If not, it's okay. But in the Vyavahara, everywhere, when you don't have the maturity and wisdom of both pravrutti as well as nivrutti, time of pravrutti we become nivrutta, time of nivrutti become pravrutta. In both cases, we only create calamity. We should pray. I am to praying, भगवान व्यावहारिक मेच्योरिटी ऐसा दो कि मेरे वजह से और किसी को किसी से मुझे ऐसा कोई ठोस या कोई प्रॉब्लम ना हो कि हमारा साधना बिगड़ जाए. Maturity. Very important. One of thousands of Vyavaharik maturities are key. If you are spiritual seeker, unasked don't involve. Especially when you have finished your minimum responsibilities of taking care of children. उसके बाद तो unasked don't involve. Guru and Bhagwan, even if they don't ask, you must involve in that because it is in your welfare. One of the maturities. Because duty is over. But I know it, no, I want to tell, but I want to guide. All right. But they are not ready to listen. No. Look at me. Learn from me. I want to teach Bhagavatam, Ramayana. But people are not ready to listen. Is it not? When they are not ready to listen, how can I force and myself become miserable and make them? So the Vyavaharik maturity. Therefore, Adi Shankara, Vyasa, Adi very intelligently. They have written the books and told to their immediate disciples who listened. Then they just forgot. I am also learning it. Just talk on that. Whoever 1 or 2, 3 come and listen, don't come, never mind. I am in the remembrance of Bhagavan through the Purana Patanam Patanam. Good. No other thought. No samsara. Clear? Now here we will see the, after this is over, Rukmi chasing Krishna and fighting between both of them. From that portion, let us make a chanting. Rukmi tu, from the verse number 18 से लेकर ना कितना पढ़ोगे आप? 49 तक पढ़ लो, 31 श्लोक लगने दो 5 मिनट. ओम श्री शुक उवाच ओम रुक्मी तु राक्षसोद्वाहं कृष्णद्विड असहंससुः पृष्ठतोऽन्वगमत् कृष्णम् अक्षौहिण्यावृतो बली रुक्मी अमर्षीषु संरब्धः शृण्वतां सर्वभूभुजां प्रतिजज्ञे महाबाहुः दंशितः सशरासनः अहत्वा समरे कृष्णम् अप्रत्यूह्य च रुक्मिणीं कुण्डिनं न प्रवेक्ष्यामि सत्यमेतत् ब्रवीमि वः इत्युक्त्वा रथमारुह्य सारथिं प्राह सत्वरः चोदय अश्वान् यतः कृष्णः तस्य मे संयुगं भवेद् अद्याहं निशितैर्बाणैः गोपालस्य सुधुर्मतेः नेष्ये वीर्यमदं येन स्वसामे प्रसभं हृता विकथमानः कुमतिः ईश्वरस्य प्रमाणवितु रथेनैकेन गोविन्दं तिष्ठ तिष्ठेत्यथाह्वयतो धनिर्विकृष्य सुदृढं जघ्ने कृष्णं त्रिभिश्चरैः आह चात्रक्षणं तिष्ठ यदूनां कुलपांसन कुत्र यासि स्वसारं मे मुषित्वा ध्वांशवधविः हरिष्येद्य मदं मन्द मायिनः कूटयोधिनः यावन्न मे हतो बाणैः शयिता मुञ्चदारिकां स्मयन् कृष्णो धनुश्चित्वा षड्भिर्विव्याध रुक्मिणम् अष्टभिश्चतुरो वाहान् द्वाभ्यां सूतं ध्वजं त्रिभिः स चान्यद्धनुरादाय कृष्णं विव्याध पञ्चभिः तैस्ताडितः शरौघैस्तु चिच्छेद धनुरच्युतः पुनरन्यदुपादत्त तदप्यच्छिनदव्ययः परिघं पट्टिशं शूलं चर्मासी शक्तितोमरौ यद्यत् आयुधम् आधत्त तत्सर्वं सोच्छिनद्हरिः ततो रथादवप्लुत्य खड्गपाणिर्जिघांसया कृष्णम् अभ्यद्रवत्क्रुद्धः पतंग इव पावकं तस्य चापततः खड्गं तिलशश्चर्मशेषुभिः छित्त्वा सीमाददे तिग्मं रुक्मिणं हन्तुमुद्यतः दृष्ट्वा भ्रातृवधोद्योगं रुक्मिणी भयविह्वला पतित्वा पादयोर्भर्तुः उवाच करुणं सते योगेश्वरा प्रमेयात्मन् देवदेव जगद्पते हन्तुं नार्हसि कल्याण भ्रातरं मे महाभुज. श्रीशुक उवाच तया परित्रास विकम्पिताङ्गया शुशावशुष्यन् मुखरुद्धकण्ठया कातर्य विस्रंसित हेममालया गृहीतपादः करुणोऽन्यवर्तता चैलेन बद्ध्वा तमसाधुकारिणं सश्मश्रुकेशं प्रवपन् व्यरूपयतु तावन्ममर्दुः परसैन्यमद्भुतं यदुप्रवीरानलिनीं यथा गजाः कृष्णान्तिकम् उपव्रज्य ददृशुस्तत्र रुक्मिणं तथा भूतं हतप्रायं दृष्ट्वा सङ्कर्षणो विभुः विमुच्य बद्धं करुणः भगवान् कृष्णमब्रवीत् असाधु इदं त्वया कृष्ण कृतमस्मत् जुगुप्सितं वपनं श्मश्रुकेशानां वैरूप्यं सुहृदो वधः मैवास्मान् साध्यसूयेथाः भ्रातुर्वैरूप्यचिन्तया सुखदुःखदो न चान्योऽस्ति यतः स्वकृतभुक् पुमान् बन्धुर्वधार्ह दोषोऽपि न बन्धोर्वधमर्हति त्याज्य स्वेनैव दोषेण हतः किं हन्यते पुनः क्षत्रियाणाम् अयं धर्मः प्रजापतिविनिर्मितः भ्रातापि भ्रातरं हन्यात् येन घोरतरस्ततः राज्यस्य भूमेर्वित्तस्य श्रियो मानस्य तेजसः मानिनोऽन्यस्य वा हेतोः श्रीमदान्धाः क्षिपन्ति तवेयं विषमा बुद्धिः सर्वभूतेषु दुर्हृदां यन्मन्यसे सदा भद्रं सुहृदां भद्रमज्ञवतो आत्ममोहो नृणाम् एषः कल्प्यते देवमायया सुहृद्दुर्हृद् उदासीनः इति देह आत्ममानिनाम् एक एव परो ह्यात्मा सर्वेषाम् अपि देहिनां नान्वेव गृह्यते मूढैः यथा ज्योतिर्यथा नभः देह आद्यन्तवान् एषः द्रव्यप्राणगुणात्मकः आत्मन्यविद्यया क्लुप्तः संसारयति देहिनं नात्मनोऽन्येन संयोगः नियोगश्चासतः सति तद्हेतुत्वात् तत्प्रसिद्धेः दृग्रूपाभ्यां यथा रवेः जन्मादयस्तु देहस्य विक्रियानात्मनः क्वचित् कलानाम् इव नैवेन्दोः मृतिर्हि अस्य कुहूरिव यथा शयान आत्मानं विषयान् फलमेव च अनुभुङ्क्तेऽप्यसत्यर्थे तथाप्नोत्यबुधो भवं तस्मात् अज्ञानजं शोकम् आत्मशोषविमोहनं तत्त्वज्ञानेन निर्हृत्य स्वस्था भव शुचिस्मिते ओम शांति 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 a beautiful complete in simple words told knowledge by Balarama ji to Rukmini. She has received everything. एक ही क्लास बस मोक्ष. So after this Shishupala and all of them are beaten red and blue. Rukmi का हम देख रहे हैं अभी. What is it? Rukmi. तो Rukmi, the brother of Rukmini, son of Bhishma का elder, कि राक्षस उद्वाहम Krishna did asahan swasuhu. Swasuhu of his own sister, Rakshasa Udvaham, the Rakshasa Vidhi Vidhan से उनका शादी होना असहन, he never accepted it. सहन नहीं कर पाया वो. भाई कृष्ण द्विड, he is the द्वेषी of the कृष्ण भगवान. कृष्ण को द्वेष. अब देखो कोई भी कारण हो, वो कृष्ण को क्यों द्वेष कर रहा? कारण कुछ भी हो तो करना नहीं चाहिए. In generally महाविद्वेषा है. You can kill a person for his punishment, for his mistake, but you cannot have dvesha. Like Bhagavan kills all rakshasas, but not with the dvesha. So too the soldiers on the borders, they don't kill with dvesha. They are killing because they are the opponents trying to destroy our nation, so we are retaliating to protect our frontiers. The judge, according to the law, gives punishment, but he will not do any dvesha. He should not carry the load of the person and its doing of bad. According to law, he should give that punishment. That's it. He should relax. Otherwise, no judge can have sleep. How many things he does. So to a doctor. To the patients, he give treatment. He need not do dvesha to the patients because they are disease and all. तो है ही वैसे हो तो अपना काम करो. So in general, dvesha should not be there. And that also to the Bhagavan, having known him. So how much is Rukmi is in that bad company of Shishupala ityadi ab yaad karo. And his sister is Lakshmi Devi's avatar only. Therefore, remember where we are born, who are around us, all of them are immaterial secondary. How our antakarana is trained by us. That's what decides our life of Papa Punya or Bhagavad Bhakta or Bhagavad Deshi. Astika or Nastika. All is in our mind. Understand it. And mind the mind. Never mind the mind. Always you have to mind the mind. Our life should be throughout only minding the mind. And purifying, beautifying, unifying, transcending. Krishna Sharanam Mama. Okay. Now Krishna Dveshi hai, isliye he did not accept that sahan nahi kar paya. That Rakshasa Vivaham of Spasu, his sister. Therefore, Prushtataha Anvagamat Krishnam. Krishnam Anvagamat Prushtataha. He chased Bhagavan Krishna piche se. Akshauhini Avrutaha Bali. Taking one Akshauhini of Sainya with him. One Akshauhini Sainya has got 1 lakh of foot wale. Then these 10,000 etc. on the horses. Some 500 so to chariots. Same amount of some elephants. This called as one Akshauhini Sainyam, tentatively. So that much he took and chased Lord Krishna. Clear? Then what happened? Ki Rukmi Amarshi, so much of angry, so Samrabdaha, so much of disturbed also. Sarva Bhupujam Shrunatam. When all the Rajas of Shishupala, Jarasandha, Then Dattavaktra, Vidurata, Paundraka, when they were all listening, they were all there, no? उनके सामने वो श्रुत, he does the pratigna, pratijagne. Mahabahu, with this Mahabahu, Rukmi, Damshitaha, having that kavacha wearing, Sashara asanaha, having the shara, the banas with quiver, asana is called as Dhanu. Dhanu is called as shara asana. Because the shara उसी के ऊपर बैठकर टारगेट पे जाता है. तो धनुर्बाण पकड़कर कवच धारण करके बहुत गुस्से से, बहुत व्हाट डू कॉल इट, क्रोध इत्यादि से रुक्मी डिड द प्रतिज्ञा. देखो प्रतिज्ञा, what is the pratigna? Ahatva samare Krishnam, by without killing Krishna in the war. So he is going to fight with Krishna. Then apratyuha cha Rukmini, having not reverted and brought back my sister Rukmini, Kundinam na pravekshami. I will not enter this Kundina Rajya Nagaram, which is their Rajya, Vidarbha or Kundinam. I will not enter back. Satyavetat Brahmivaha, to all of you, I am doing this Satya Pratigna. Pratigna कर रहा हूँ, मैं सत्य बोल रहा हूँ and प्रतिज्ञा कर रहा हूँ, killing Krishna and bringing Rukmini. Then only I will enter into Kundinam, not otherwise. अब देखो भाई, ऐसे वाले कोई प्रतिज्ञा जिंदगी में नहीं करना. I have to run one प्रतिज्ञा बाबा, कि no प्रतिज्ञा should be done. Isn't it? Just छोटे छोटे लक्ष्य बनाकर साधना में आगे आगे बढ़ना, ज़्यादा ओवर कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं बनना. Isn't it? What pratigna we can, any pratigna we do, we are beaten left and blue by our vasanas and the totality and Paramatma and Devatas. So धीरे धीरे हमको खिसकना है बस. छोटे छोटे प्रतिज्ञा करो चाहिए तो, बड़ा बड़ा नहीं, इतना बड़ा. अब कृष्ण को मारकर रुक्मिणी को लाकर, you can't kill Krishna, he is a Ishvara, Jagadishwara, Parameshwara, Sarveshwara. And Rukmini doesn't want to come. She only went. Krishna did not kidnap her. Jabardasti थोड़ी किया. She was ready to go by her own choice. Everybody knows it. He did this pratigna. Then, iti uktva, having said so, ratham aruhya, boarding the chariot, sarathim praha, spoke to the sarathi, satvaraha, himself in that restlessness, urgency, chodayashvan, make the horses move, yataha krishnaha, to that place where Krishna is there, tasyame samyugam bhavet, with him there will be a war for me. Okay, adya aham, today me, nishitair banaihi, with these ferocious sharp banas, gopalasya sudurmatehe, neshe viryamadam. The sudurmati, the Gopala Krishna ka arrogance ko मैं पूरा निकाल दूंगा with my these sharp arrows. So he is a Kshatriya, he is a Raja and Rajaputra, and Krishna is ordinary a Gopala, but still he is arrogant about his power. All that power, arrogance, Mother, I will remove. Dekho, how today we are so unfortunate. One of the most unfortunate days in our Bhagavad, our Satsanga is this today. No such unfortunate day. Throughout our 1081 days of Satsanga, 81, very unfortunate. Because here, this stupid Rukmi is scolding or abusing Lord Krishna. Very bad. There, that stupid Ravana also in Adhyatma will scold Rama. तो हमारे भगवान कृष्ण और राम का निंदा हो रहा है, एक ही दिन दोनों आगे देखो. Very unfortunate. But it's a part of the story. We are not saying it. Those Dushta Rakshasas are saying. So to understand that even if Bhagavan comes in Avatar, he also not spared by these Dushta Rakshasas to receive those abuses, insults, fightings. This is how. But एक बार देह में आगे ना सारे चीजों को झेलना ही पड़ता है. If you want to be mukta from that, go beyond all sthula sukshma karana deha, merge in oneness with Paramatma. It's the only way. ये ज्ञान जितना स्ट्रांग हो जाएगा, उसी के अनुसार हम प्रारब्ध को झेलते हुए, ड्यूटीज करते हुए, अध्यात्म साधना करते हुए, when you realize ourselves, permanently problems are gone. So, adya aham, today me, nishitair banaihi, with my sharp arrows, gopalasya sudurmatehe, neshe viryamadam. His arrogance of his power, I will remove that. Yena, because of that arrogance only, swasame prasabam hruta. He has taken Zabardasti, my sister. Prasabha means Zabardasti. Hruta means looted or kidnapped. May mine Swasai sister. So, Vikathamana Kumatihi. In this way, he was talking to the Sarathi. Kumatihi, the destroyed intellected Wala, this Rukmi, Ishwarasya Apramanavitu, the one who doesn't know the powers, valors of Lord Krishna, who is an Ishwara. तो भगवान के महिमा को नहीं जानते हुए ऐसे बकने वाला रुक्मी in our layman's language. In the Sanskrit language, it is कुमत ईश्वरस्य अप्रमाणावित कुमतिः विकत्तमानः. तो संस्कृत में तो प्रेस कर रहा है ऐसा लगता है, बट उसका अर्थ ये है. विकत्थनम means what? विपरीत कथनम, talking all nonsense, absurd. विकत्तमानः कुमतिः, because his mind is totally polluted with the company of all the Shishvala Adi. Ishwarasya Pramanavita, the one who doesn't know the Pramana, means the Shakti Samarthya, Ityadi of the Ishvara. Rathena Ekena, with his own Ratha, Govindam to Lord Krishna, almost reached near. Tishta Tishta iti atahvayat. He shouted, Ruko Ruko, fight with me. Shouted to Krishna. And then all abuses. He says, Dhanur Vikrushya Sudhrudam. He just pulled that bow which is in his hands. Jagne Krishnam Trivihi Sharaihi. He has put 3 arrows, and with 3 arrows he shot Lord Krishna. Ahacha. While shooting that way, he spoke all words of abuse. Ki Kshanam Tishta. Stay for a moment. Yadunam Kulapamsana. The destroyer of the Yadukula's name and fame. Kutrayasi. Where are you going? Swasaram me Mushitva. Taking away my own sister. Dhangshavat Havihi. Havi is all the purest items organized for the yajna. And Dhvangsham is a crow. So when the crow touches anything, that becomes apavitra. We should not take it. That is why in the Shraddha it is put for the crow. So through the crow, the Pitru Devata's take, we should not touch. Even in general also, कौवे से कोई खाना टच होता तो आपको देखना उससे दोबारा लेना नहीं चाहिए. So here the यज्ञ आगादि के लिए यूज किए जाने वाले सामर्थ्य वस्तुओं को कौवा जैसा ले जाता है. In that way you are taking my sister. Wait for some time. So ahacha atra kshanam tishta yadunam prabhamsana kutrayasi. Where are you going? Swasaram me mushitva, having kidnapped my sister. Dvangshavat havihi, like the crow taking away the havihi which is used for the yajnam. Harishe adya madam. Your mother arrogance, I will remove now. Manda, you dull-witted. Mainaha, the mischievous. Kuta yodinaha, who does kapatase yodha, yuddha. Kuta yodhi, manda, mai. Then in so many words he is using for Krishna. अब देखो किसी का दिमाग फिर जाता है ना. They won't spare anyone, even God. Now from this, all the Nastikas who talk against Hinduism, we can't do anything. We only have to continue the prachara of the glory of Sanatana Dharma and let the law takes its course. Good. What to do? Thank God at last that uniform civil code is going to come up within next few months. That's the only way for stopping the atrocities on Hinduism, which is going on from 1,000 years because of the partiality and all in that. Excellent, that one. It should come. So all that. I have to get out of the country. Nothing doing. Clear? So he went on abusing like that. Then Harishedya Madam Manda Maina Kuta Yodinaha. You Mai Kuta Yodi Manda, your mother I will remove now. Then Yavat Name Hatah Banaihi. Before you are killed by my arrow, so Shayitha, and having killed, before you fall on the ground, being killed by my arrows, Munchadarikam, leave my sister. मतलब भगवान अभी पहुंचे नहीं द्वारका, रास्ते में ही is chasing. Munchadarikam. In cinemas, Hindi also, पीछे से shout करते रहे, छोड़ो छोड़ो करके like that. Then Smayan Krishna, Bhagavan looked at him and only he gave a smile. Dhanu Chitva Shadbihi Vivyada Rukminam. Then he used Bhagavan Krishna also his bow and arrow. He shot 6 arrows. By that, the Dhanu in the hands of this Rukmi got broken and also he got wounded. Bhagavan Krishna is a very powerful. Not only plays the flute, he knows how to use the all weapons also. Bhagavan Narayana hi hai. Thereafter, Ashtavihi, we use the 8 arrows, Lord Krishna, Chaturaha Vahan, 4 horses he finished. Lord Krishna, Rukmi ke. Dvabhyam Sutam, the Suta charioteer, the one who was driving the chariot driver, 2 arrows he used and finished that fellow. Dhajam Trivihi, The Twaja which was there in the chariot, he used the 3 arrows, shot it and finished. Then by the time this was happening, such a Anyat Dhanuradaya, Krishnam Vivyada Panchamihi. Rukmi took another Dhanu, they have kept lot of things in spare. So with 5 arrows, he hit Lord Krishna. Then Tahi Tadista Sharogaitu. Bhagavan got hit by those 5 arrows, but did not shake. Then Sharogaitu Chicheda Dhanu Achyutaha. Having received those 5 blows, he took the arrows again. That Dhanu of Rukmi also Bhagavan broke. Then पुनः भी अन्य उपादत्त, he took the third bow. Rukmi, भगवान ने क्या किया? तदपि अच्छिनत अव्ययः. That imperishable, infinitely powerful Lord has cut into pieces the third bow also of this fellow Rukmi. Thereafter, so many ayudas were there in this chariot. One by one, he was taking, trying to use on Krishna. Bhagavan was finishing all of them. Parigham. Parigha means which has the end portion, a huge heavy iron. The other portion, it can be the wood depending on the one who carries. Very powerful. Parigha idam. Parigham, Pattisham with handle. Shulam, the Trishula type of. Charma is the charma means that जो protecting के लिए आप करते हैं. Charma is जो तलवार के साथ जो पकड़ते हैं ना वो protect करने के लिए. Varma is kavacham. वर्मा इज कवचम, चर्मा इज डाल कहते हैं ना जो प्रोटेक्टिंग शील्ड होता है. असी मीन्स ही हैज गॉट द स्वॉर्ड. शक्ति तोमर, देयर वेराइटी ऑफ द आयुधा. सो देन यद्यद आयुधम आधत्ते, whatever आयुधा रुक्मी वाज लिफ्टिंग टू फाइट, तत् सर्वम सह अचिनद हरिः, सह हरिः अचिनद. भगवान मेड ऑल ऑफ देम इनटू पीसेस अपने धनुर्बाणों से. हाउ ब्यूटीफुल नो. देन ही गॉट डाउन that Rukmi from the chariot. Tatha rathad avaplutya khadgapanihi, took the khadga finally in the hands. Then jighamsaya Krishnam abhyadravat, desired to kill Krishna. He came running towards Krishna. Kruddhaha, angry. Patanga iva pavakam. A good these type of comparisons come everywhere. Very interesting. Like the moth is going towards the fire to fight with it. है ना. पतंगा जो छोटा मौत होता है, पावक के पास जा रहा है लड़ने को. होगा क्या उसका? खुद ही भस्म हो जाएगा. So here the Patanga is Rukmi, Pavaka is Krishna Bhagavan. So getting down from his chariot, taking the khadga in the hands, like a moth is going to fight with the fire like Lord Krishna. Then Tasyacha Apatatha Khadgam. When his khadga was coming to attack, Bhagavan ने क्या किया उसको? Tilasaha Charmacha Ishubihi. So the khadga and his both his kavacham also, charma, the other protecting thing. Not that one. तिलशः इशुभिः चित्वा, भगवान ने तिल के समान छोटे छोटे पाउडर कर दिया अपने बाणों से. That both of them, khadga and charma, both of them. Then chitva asimadade tigmam, Bhagwan took the sword from his chariot. Then Rukminam hantum udyata. Now Bhagwan also want to get down and kill that रुक्मी को मारने के लिए उतर गए भगवान. अभी फाइनल. You can picturize all this war. We get inspiration. We pray to Krishna that way to come and finish all those who are against Sanatan Dharma and all unnecessarily. चाहिए कभी भी बात नहीं सुनते तो. Is it not? Tolerance, patience. How long? How far? Why? How can it be? भगवान ने लिया खड्ग मारने को. Then when he got down to finish Rukmi, her own brother, now Rukmini ji. How much ever he is negative or opposite, etc. But the bhai to bhai hota hi hai. So, Društva Bhratruvatha Udyogam. Seeing that the Lord Krishna took up the Udyogam or job of killing her brother, Rukmini Bhaya Vihwala. She was so frightened. Fear se vihwal ho gayi bhai se. Then Patitva Padayoho Bhartuhu. She fell at the feet of husband. Krishna Karuna Uvacha Karunam Sati. That great Sati, Rukmini, with all the Karuna in her mind and words, so feeling that so much of pittiness and all, she spoke to Krishna. What did she say? Yogeshwara. O Lord, you are Ishwara of all the yogas. Aprameya Atman. You can't be seen by any pramana, prameya, pramata, pramiti, vichara. Aprameya. That also means the one who has no comparison. Then Deva Deva, Lord of all Lords, Jagat Pate, you are the Lord of the entire Jagatu. Hantum na arhasi, he Kalyana. Oh Kalyana, please you don't deserve to kill Brataram me, he Mahabhuja. Oh Mahabhuja, please don't kill my brother. So, Yogeshwara, Prameyatman, Devadeva, Jagatpate, Kalyana, Mahabhuja. 6 words he used to pacify Krishna, requesting him, don't kill my brother. Na arhasim brataram me antum. Please don't kill. So it's a great, here रुक्मिणी ने चरण पकड़ लिया. नहीं होता तो फिनिश ही कर, मगर इज नॉट, छोड़ने को राजी नहीं, वो एक एक लेकर आ ही रहा है वो. इज इट नॉट that surgical strikes we have to do, otherwise one after the terrorists. First, after long time, good news, yesterday 5 terrorists were finished without any loss to our army. ऐसे होना चाहिए हर दिन. Now श्री शुक उवाच, भगवान सुखदेव जी कह रहे हैं शौनक परीक्षित जी को कि listening to her and seeing her pathetic condition, definitely Bhagavan Krishna withdraws from killing him, but does a very humiliating thing of cutting all his hair and mustache, etc. So this is as good as killing only. ब्राह्मण को क्षत्रिय को अगर दोनों करने से वो मारने से भी ज्यादा बड़ा पनिशमेंट होता है, अवमान. तो शुकदेव जी इज टेलिंग टू परीक्षित जी, तया परित्रास विकस विकंपितांगया शुचावशुष्यन् मुखरुद्ध कंठया कातर्य विश्रमहित सेममालया गृहीत पादः करुणः न्यवर्तत. That Lord of compassion, he withdrew from killing him because of the Rukmini's pleading. So when she was pleading, how she was looking? Shukadev does nice varnana to Parikshit ji. Paritrasa vikampita angaya. Because of extreme trasa and bhaya, entire anga, the body of parts are kampita, they were shivering of her. Then Shucha, because of shoka, Shucha avashushyat mukha. The mouth become parched, ruddha kantaya. She was not able to speak. Third one, katarya visramsita hemamalaya. Again, because of the katarata, the restlessness, agitation and fear, visramsita hemamalaya. In her kantha, whatever the golden ornaments were there, they were all idhar-udhar bikarkar gir rahe the. Gruhita padaha. And she was holding the feet of Krishna. Therefore, Krishna karunaha. He became extremely compassionate. Nyavartata. He withdrew from the act of killing. But chailena badhva. चैला कपड़े से टाई कर दिया उसके हाथ पैर वगैरह. देन तम असाधु कारिणम, बिकॉज ही वाज डूइंग असाधु. फर्स्ट असाधु ऑफ रिजेक्टिंग द प्रपोजल ऑफ पेरेंट्स. सेकंड असाधु नॉट इवन केयरिंग रुक्मिणी's choice. थर्ड असाधु giving, trying to give Rukmini to the useless Shishpal. For this, so many people he was befriending were all dushtas. Fifth one, now he is chasing and abusing Krishna and wanting to kill him. So such an asadhu karin ko Bhagwan sashmashru kesham pravapan. तो श्मश्रु, all these mustache and kesham head hair pravapan, उसको पूरे काट के व्यरूपयतु, विरूपी कर दिया उसको. तावन ममर्दुहु, he has done this to Rukmi. In the meantime, तावन ममर्दुहु parasainyam adbhutam yadu pravira nalinim yatha gajaha. While this is happening here, there all the yadu praviras have finished the other sainya of this one Akshauhini of this fellow Rukmi, like the elephants, how they destroy the lotuses, etc., when they jump into the waters. है ना, ऐसे अपने सूंड से तोड़ तोड़ के पाँव से कुचल कुचल के फिनिश करते हो आते. So these are all yadu praviras are like the elephants. All these Akshauhini sainya of this Rukmi are like just Nalini. They finished all of them. Having finished, they came near to Krishna. When they saw Rukmi was in a very bad shape, then Balarama first scolds Krishna, thereafter starts consoling Rukmini. In that he gives some Vedantika Jnanam. So all of that are there in this subsequent portion. So this thing we will see tomorrow. Thank you. Sarvam Krishna Arpanamastu. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो परमऋषिभ्यो परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रेण ओम तत्सत्। ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु। ओम भूर्भुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि प्राणाय पानाय व्यानाय उदानाय समानाय ब्रह्मणे ब्रह्मार्पणं ब्रह्मद्ये मध्यामृतमत्तरभस्म। ॐ नीलमेघश्याम कृष्ण नित्यजगन्मोहन कृष्ण बालगोपाल कृष्ण भव्यमङ्गलं वेणुगानलोल कृष्ण वेदान्त वेद्य कृष्ण नवनीत चोर कृष्ण नित्यमङ्गलं भक्तजनाधार कृष्ण परमदयावाद कृष्ण मुक्तिसन्दायक कृष्ण मूर्तिमङ्गलम् गीतामृतदात कृष्ण परमयोगीश कृष्ण पार्थसारथिरूप कृष्ण सर्वमङ्गलं सर्वमङ्गलं तु ॐ न तत्तसूर्यवतारकमेवामितो नारायणाय द्वादशाश्वतावनो ब्रह्माणि बोल सियावर रामचंद्र भगवान की जय। राधा राधा कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय। बोलो भाई श्री वेद व्यास सुखदेव सुतादि भागवताचार्य की जय। बोलो भाई रुक्मिणी माता की जय। बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय। सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। बोल सर्वत्र गोविंद नाम संकीर्तन गोविंदा गोविंद। वेरी गुड। Come back in 2 minutes to study Adhyatma Ramayana. Namo